Hey everyone, this is Max from Unsubscribed Healthcare, and right now we're about to go over the Eval tab that is available on all of the pre-made templates. So each of the pre-made templates that designate like lower back, neurological, neck, or TMJ, all of these have been projects that people have asked me to create, and so they're formatted to look in the way that the people asked. So obviously that might not be in the way that you like or the way that fits best for your practice. So you're actually able to change all of these around and make them fit the way that you want it to look or anything. Really the sky's the limit on how good you are with using Google Sheets functions, as well as, how creative you are with, just user interface and design in general. But you can see here from what I have, the eval sheets and on every template follow a similar structure. The first two rows always have these four buttons. The buttons are copy and name, save as PDF, update shortcuts, and insert template selection. Copy and name will copy and name this current sheet, so we can click that. Right, and you can name it eval 12/12/24. You can name it eval lower back. You can name it whatever you want. You don't even have to use that button. Generally, when I am documenting for my own patients, I don't use that button, but you can see it is an exact copy of the eval sheet now. It just has a different name. So I can delete that duplicate because we don't really need it, but that option is available to you. If you want to, you can also click on Save as PDF. When you click Save as PDF, it does again save the PDF directly into the patient folder. It also presents you with the link for you to view it, and this is what the eval will look like when it prints out. And so you're able to, again, kind of look at it, view it, change it however you need. But the way that the naming system works for when you click Save as PDF is it goes with the patient name, the tab that you're on, and the date and time that you finished this. And the date and time that you clicked the button. The update shortcuts works based off of the provider who is currently working with the patient. The way that I have this program so that if you guys decide to make your own is that I have cell E1 actually referring to cell A7. And what this does is that when you click update shortcuts, it takes the value that is in cell E1 and places it into database cell C19. So if we were to click on Max Shippin and click update shortcuts, you'll see that Max Shippin is the answer to here, because this is just simply referencing this. And we come over here to cell A7 or C19 in the database, and it has now been updated to Max. If we come back here and click on Jane Doe, click update shortcuts, you'll see successfully connected. Then we come back to the database, and you can see Jane Doe is there now. This allows you to then go into the unsub menu and add your shortcuts. You can then also be able to click on any of your shortcuts here, and that will allow you to really improve your documentation time and continue with the custom theme, right? Because not everybody documents the same, but this allows you to create your own shortcuts. Again, we've gone over the insert template selection, but it's a really powerful tool where you can choose what you want to insert. So if you want to put it in a flow sheet here, we would click on flow sheet, then we click on the row again that we want to insert it, and we click insert template selection. You can see here the template has been populated here, and we're able to now use this and document however we need. If I didn't want that there, I can always press undo or Control Z until we get back to normal. So if you click that by accident, that's how you fix that. Continuing into column F, you can see patient info, subjective. These are hyperlinks that allow you to jump on this page to those sections. So say I was done documenting up here, up top here in the patient info. I want to jump down to plan of care real quick. I would just hover over it and click. And now you can see that I have gone down automatically to assessment and plan of care. If I want to go back up to the patient subjective, I'm going to hover over it. You can see patient info is the top line and subjective is the bottom line. So this is patient info and this is subjective. I'm going to click on the subjective link and it brings me right to the subjective. If I needed to get into the data center because of misspelling or something like that in the patient's name or a change of information, I can hover over data center in column K and then click data center, and it is a hot link that will bring me right to the data center. Below that, you have hyperlinks that will bring you to the Superbill, Eval, or any of these other templates, or any of these other tabs that are on the current workbook. So it just makes going to these tabs easier instead of scrolling all the way down and scrolling left and right. Once you get a bunch of tabs, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get to the correct tab that you're looking to navigate to. So this is just a quick way of getting there. Again, the basic format for any of these evals, they're all going to be different. They're customized based off of the body part. But basically it goes into the patient information and MD appointments, as well as like referring to MD and stuff like that. Then you have just a regular SOAP note with a lot of detail underneath. So here's the subjective information. Here's the objective information, assessment, and plan of care. And then you have flow sheet. If you want to, you can add more information here. You can take away. Again, when you're referring to the intake form, you go back to the database and look in column H, and that's where all of the patient information has been submitted and should be stored. You can also draw on pictures. The one thing I don't like about pictures is that if you're using grouping on the left side, they don't minimize as well. So you can see when I minimize the grouping on the left side, the pictures kind of just hovered there. But if we bring back that grouping, you can see this is where they're supposed to be. And so it looks pretty good. If we wanted to add different areas of where this patient has pain, I'm going to double click on the drawing, go over to the line, click on scribble. I'm going to check the color. I want it to be red so I can see it. I'm going to do a level 4 and say that they also have some neck pain. Right? But this allows you to customize it and draw on it. So you can add drawings for your own. Click save and close. If you wanted to add a drawing in from scratch, you can. You would just do insert, drawing, and now you're able to draw. Each of these bodies I did draw just so that you'd be able to draw on them. So if you're curious where I got that from, I drew them. You're able to upload your own pictures if you want to and draw on top of those inside of the drawing feature. You would just click on the image and then you could upload your own image too. So again, lots of customization available. Again, in objective, outcome measures will pull automatically from the outcome measures tab, and you'll be able to quickly document all of that. I like to use checkboxes to delineate patient posture and gait and stuff. But again, it can be completely up to you on how you document and how this looks. If you change any of this, it really shouldn't affect the programming at all, and it shouldn't affect the outcome. But you just have to be careful. So I always recommend that people start with changing around the eval sheet and the treatment sheet inside the practice sheet within the templates. So you can see practice templates, and you would just make a copy of the template that's in there, and then you would be able to, again, adjust and format however you want, and hopefully it comes out working the first time. Usually it does take quite a bit to get these things working. But that pretty much covers the eval sheet. And we'll go over the treatment sheet right now because they're largely the same. The only major difference is that you have in blue, it has a direct reference to the eval sheet. So anytime you see something in blue, that refers to the eval sheet. The pictures don't carry over, so you would need to draw on those again if those have been updated. If you are going to be doing any just regular SOAP documentation, you can right-click on the left side of the screen and click Collapse All Group Rows. What that does is this turns it into just a SOAP note, so you can see subjective, objective, assessment, and plan of care. And now you're able to update any of that information and quickly document. Again, pictures can be annoying because they don't necessarily always move in the way that you expect them to or go where you expect them to. If you go to the left side of the screen and you right click again and press expand all groups rows, you're going to get all of these evals and everything in blue again coming forward. If you want to minimize them, you can by using this square on the left. You follow the tail all the way down, and where that tail is pointing to, it's going to minimize from 49 all the way to 34. It does not minimize the area where the square is actually located. So you can see here, 33 is still available. If we follow this tail all the way down, you can see it goes from 82 all the way up to 50. So minimize up to 51, and 50 will be available. So you can, again, adjust these to however you need. You can expand them, collapse them, make it however you want, and document however you need for the treatment sheets. When I am documenting with a patient, if I have documented a SOAP note, and now I am done and ready to save this as a PDF, what I do is I click on copy and name. I do RX1. And now you can see here, treatment 1 and RX1 have been created. Now I can click save as PDF. This is the result of all of it minimized. And now the next time that I'm ready to document, you have the treatment, and this will have all the information from the prior treatment session. And then when I'm deleting all of this, I'm reading it over and I can remember what the patient had said and what they were feeling. And now I'm able to document and update all of these notes. Once that's done, again, I will click copy and name, and I will do RX2. And then that way you're able to maintain all of your treatments, all of your evals, and everything else in one place. And that's part of the reason why I like using workbooks and Google Sheets better than a Google Doc, is because it keeps it all in one place rather than having multiple Google Docs to kind of keep track of each individual treatment. But that kind of covers the eval and the treatment tabs as well. I hope that makes sense. If you need more help or if something's gone wrong, please make sure to refer back to the guide. I spent a lot of time writing that, and it should be able to help you troubleshoot some of your issues. Thanks so much for watching, and next we're going to be going over the SOAP form attached to each of these templates.